Good morning, good morning, good morning. Buenos dias, mi gente. Yo-yo. Welcome to Daily Discipline number 569, primarily in a row. My name's Rob Hoback. Happy that you're here. Honored and humbled that you keep coming back. Hey, it's Friday. That means it's an F-It Friday, which is just a reminder of like, if you want something big to happen in your life, something great, not just going to fall from the heaven like manna, right? You're going to have to make it happen. And so that's going to require all of us, if we want to do that, we want to make something big happen, we have to take some big cuts, right? We have to do the things that we're scared to do, right? So I got a couple things today, right? Because you never know what's on the other. Like, it's easier to not try and think that it could happen than to try and it could not happen, right? But all that happens is if you fail, you just learn, right? So just take your cut. Also, there's plenty of other things we can do on an F-Hit Friday. We're going to talk about that in real talk. But for now, it's Friday. It's May the 8th, 2020. It's a work day, and it's time to get to work. So let's do it first things first. Still the realist. You know what else I am? I'm moving. Like, not moving like I'm packing up my boxes and I'm moving someplace else. Moving as in like I am in motion. I was talking to Uncle Jay, about how there are things that I picked up from him, Uncle Jay, and also Tony Robbins. And one of them is motion creates emotion. So if you don't like the emotional state that you're in, get up and move, right? Seriously, just go for a walk. And so again, I try to keep myself busy. So when I'm busy, I don't sit around and think about all the just negative things. Don't want myself like just get up and move. Move till you can't move anymore. Seriously. All right, moving on to our real talk. Which F will be your focus today, right? So, if you stop and think about it, on an F-It Friday, we don't only have to just take our big cuts, right? Something else. We could focus on other things, like we could focus on having some fun, right? So maybe if you've had a bad week, you just find something fun to do today and say, today we're going to do something fun. And if you live around here, you can come over here and play on the swing set, right? Food, right? Cook yourself a nice dinner, right? Share it with your family. Family's a good one, right? Spend the day with your family. Not trying to find a job, keeping your job, working your job. Just take the day off, right? And spend it with your family. Fitness, right? Go out and go for a hike, do something like that. Funds, like, that's what I'm doing. I'm working on my job, right? My job provides me funds, my finances. And then of course, there's that other F, like fornication, right? There's that too. You can spend all day doing that if you want to. That wouldn't necessarily be a bad day. I'm just saying. All right. So, and then so what will your focus be? There's plenty of things you could do on an F-It Friday other than, like, some people I talk to, and it's actually more than some. It's quite a few people don't have like a big crazy dream. They're like, Rob, I don't have anything like that. They're like, well, I'm sorry for you. So what else are you going to focus on today? Feel free to leave it down in the comments. I love it when you guys do that stuff. For me, it's going to be, I've already done some family time, right? My future, planning for my future, my finances, and then I'm gonna have some fun later. And I'm sure there'll be food involved. I'm Rob Hoback, for Christ's sake. All right, moving on to our thank yous. God has been good to us in the good times and the bad. We know that, right? Let's just keep it real. I'm thankful that I live in the state of Oklahoma, right? And the reason I say that is because I was talking to my therapist about this yesterday. I'm like, man, Oklahoma for like 100 years, we went through the race riots, went through the Osage Indian things, went through a global pandemic, a recession, all of which hit Oklahoma very, very hard. And it would appear as though the people of Oklahoma get that, because yesterday there was a little boy by the name of Jesse Dale. They announced a Amber Alert, couldn't find him, right? And they said that usually those last about 4 hours. Most of the time the child's found, no big deal. They didn't find him for over 24 hours. And people from other states were coming. And one family brought a horse trailer, and they brought some horses, and they were riding around on their horses, and that's how they found little Jesse, 2 years old, walking around in a wooded area in just his pull-up and a single crock. He had blown the other one along the way, and somebody else found that. And so we lost Jack for 15, 20 minutes, and it was awful. I can't imagine what 24 hours were like. But thankfully they found him. As the story goes, the kid was riding around on his horse. Little Jesse came out and wanted to start talking to him. It just makes me feel like that this would be something that Jack would do, that he was kind of hiding in a brushed area. And then when he saw the horses, he wanted to come out and play and talk about the horses. And then he just wanted something to eat and drink and see his family. So literally brought me to tears last night. Very emotional. Just can't imagine what that must have been like for that family. And thank you for all those other people. And when they interviewed other people, all of them said the same thing. We don't need any more bad news around here, right? Like as soon as we found out that little boy was missing and they needed help. Off we went. Love it. Love it, love it. Better together. All right. In my thankies, I have the Snickers hole because I want to send a. We haven't talked about Snickers hole lately, so I'm prepared to send a few people to the Snickers hole. Here they are. Number one, Steve Mnuchin, our Treasury Secretary. So I didn't even know what his name was, right? I just knew that every time I saw him on TV, I'm like, that guy just doesn't. There's something about him just doesn't agree with me. And then somebody sent me a text and said, I never thought I'd see the day where Steve Mnuchin, the Treasury Secretary, is having a Twitter beef with Axl Rose. So Axl Rose was famous about the same time that Steve Winwood was, right? That's how long it's been. Anyway, they're doing this Twitter battle, and I got to tell you, I'm on Team Axl on this one. And then when you do some research on Steve Mnuchin, So Steve Mnuchin asked, he fired back at Axl Rose and says, what have you done for America lately? Axl Rose's response should have been, I paid my taxes, which is more than you do, sir. But he didn't. So anyway, the heck with him. Just throw him in the Snickers hole. He can go in there. Christina Calipari, right? Chase Cutler's wife. So again, not sure if you heard about this, but, former quarterback of the Chicago Bears, number 6, going through a pretty public divorce, married to a girl that was on From the Hills, I think, a reality TV star. And now that he's done working and he wants to just relax, apparently she says that he's lazy and all these things and wants a divorce and wants him to buy a house and all this stuff. So anyway, yesterday when I was looking up Steve Mnuchin, somebody sent me something about Jay Cutler, and I looked at it, and there was this clip from her reality show where she said, well, I'll just go buy it with my own money. And he's like, oh, you have your own money? She's like, yeah, I have my own money. He's like, so it's funny how all that money I made playing football, that's our money, but the money that you make is your money. And she's like, yeah, that's right. And that's how it works. Women should never have to. And she went in this thing, and I'm like, yeah, I've personally heard that story, and you can take your ass to the Snickers hole, right? Like if your husband has to share, you got to share too. The hell with her. Team number 6, I'm with Team J. Never thought I'd say that, but seriously, she can stay there. And we can throw that father and son that said that they were trying to protect the neighborhood from Aubrey. What's his name? Ahmaud Arbery. I probably messed up his name. Like, if you've seen the video for that, those guys weren't looking to question a robber. They were looking to kill a young black man. So all 4 of you can go in there. And as far as I'm concerned, like, I just want to throw people in. I don't want to be responsible for letting them out. They don't ever need to come out as far as I'm concerned. With that, we're done. Hands up. Peace out. We're better together. Oh, you know what? There was one more thing I want to tell you. Check out the song I Love You or I Love Me. Is it I Love Me, I Love You? I don't know. It's by Demi Lovato, and it's just so powerful. When I was with the DQ yesterday, I was talking about it. Like, I think the thing that just kills me is how can so many of us struggle to love ourselves? And so, unfortunately, that goes back to the parents, right? And if parents are always telling their kids, it's not good enough, you're wrong, blah, blah, they're going to develop a negative self-view, right? And so we have to overcome that. But nonetheless, right? Like, check that out. And if you're having a bad day, feeling bad about yourself, seriously, put that in, turn it all the way up. And if that doesn't make you feel better, I don't know what to do. All right, with that, I got to go. Hands up, peace out. We're better together. Appreciate you stopping by on an F It Friday. What's your focus going to be, right? You got to focus on something, make it positive. We'll be back here tomorrow on a Savage Saturday. Can't wait to see you then. Deuces. # Real Talk. Go get you some.